Hey guys, what's going on? This is Shadow, and today I'm going to be bringing you an updated deck profile of my Raidraptor deck for March 2021. Now, I'm really excited about bringing you this deck profile because I did upgrade it just a little bit, and it has been changed since the last video that I did on it, and everything in here is really a great addition. I'm just waiting on Tribute Lanius to go down in price, and I will definitely stack 3 of those. You don't need Tribute Lanius in this deck to make it really good, but it does really help it quite a bit, I might add. But if you can't afford it, because it is very expensive right now, don't worry about it. This deck does not have that in there, so please don't downvote it just because I don't have Tribute Lanius in it. It's still a really good deck, and everything else in here is exactly as it should be and what I need for it. Alright, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And if you haven't yet, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And please click that notification bell so that way you're notified of all my deck profiles, testing and combo videos, and unboxings that I do. And I'm probably going to be doing a testing and combo video for this deck pretty soon, so look out for that. And I just want to say thank you to my new subscribers. Without you guys, I will not continue to do these kinds of videos, and I wouldn't be enjoying them as much. I'm just glad that you guys are taking your time out of your day and you're just watching these videos, enjoying them, and just if you are, just liking them, because I do really appreciate it. You guys rock. Alright, so now without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So with the newest edition, it's been about 4 or 5 months since it came out, but they're still semi-new in my opinion. Raiders Wing. This is such a good card. First off, it has 2,000 defense, which is really good. And if you have this card in your hand, or if it's in the graveyard, if you control a Dark Exceed monster, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. And what makes this a really good card, really good, one of the best in this deck, is that if you exceed for a monster and you're using this as a material, the monster gains the following effect, that it's unaffected by card effects. Now that is, or they cannot be targeted by card effects. That is such an amazing card, especially if you have your Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, or your Dark Requiem XYZ Dragon, or any of the ones that, just need that little bit of, firepower protection going on. This guy is perfect. Alright, so then 3 copies of Strangle Lanius. Strangle Lanius is really good too, because it's another special summon. If you control a Raidraptor monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and that's the thing about this deck. It's very consistent. It may not be as fast as a Blackwing deck that I have, but it is still amazingly and just incredibly fast, because it generates the monster power that you need, and generates the ability to get your Exceed monsters on the field, and just be able to overwhelm your opponent, and I just love this deck for that. And then you've got Raidraptor Vanishing Lanius. 3 copies of Vanishing Lanius. Vanishing Lanius is actually really good, because if you normal summon this card, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster from your hand, which is another good way to keep that consistency and extend your plays and extend your combos. Alright, then we've got 3 copies of Raidraptor Mimicry Lanius. Now, this is by far probably one of the most important cards in this deck, because this has to be in the graveyard, which is why Foolish Burial is in here. Because the effect is, if it's in the graveyard still during your turn, during your main phase, you can search your deck for a Raidraptor monster of a different name and add it to your hand. Meaning you can search for any one of the extenders and everything, and then that way you can continue on with your plays. So that's mainly what you're going to want it for. It's a really good card, and this is like the best card, because you want this card in the graveyard to start activating its effect. This is going to be replaced with Tribute Lanius, but this is actually still a really good card. It's entirely up to you if you want to use it. Booster Strix. I actually really love this card because it's an actual hand trap. If they attack one of your Raidraptor monsters, which everything in this deck pretty much is a Raidraptor monster, extra deck and everything, then you can banish this card from your hand to destroy the attacking monster, so they don't see it's coming. It's like a Dimensional Prison, if you guys remember that, definitely back in the day, because that was a long time ago. But it's basically a Dimensional Prison that you can activate from your hand. Alright, then we get 1 copy of Singing Lanius. Singing Lanius, if you have an Exceed monster on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. Yes, I do run Zephyros the Elite in this deck, because with Y-Strix will allow you to get Zephyros the Elite, and then you can bounce back a card to special summon this from your hand and continue your plays. It's not as effective as a Blackwing, because Blackwing's like Bore the Spear and all that stuff, and Gale can continuously be special summoned when you bounce it back, but it's still just as good in my opinion. and 2 copies of Heal Eagle. Heal Eagle is actually really good. The only downside is it is a level 3, so it kind of breaks the level 4 theme going on. But if you control a Raidraptor monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, so it's still really good in my opinion. And then one of the best cards in here, monster-wise, last Raidraptor is going to be Raidraptor Pain Lanius. Now, Pain Lanius can choose one monster on the field if you control at least one Raidraptor monster, and you do take damage equal to its attack or defense, whichever one is lower, but it can be special summoned, and then it can change its level to be the level of the monster that you used it to special summon, which is, since everything's level 4, it can become a level 4 as well. Alright, and then I do run the simple Phantom Knight Ancient Cloak and the Silent Boot, the Phantom Knight package. You only need these 2 in the deck because you're going to want to get Silent Cloak in the graveyard using Rusty Bardich's effect, and then you're going to want to activate that effect to bring out Phantom Knights of Silent Boots, special summon that, and then when you exceed and go onto your play, you can, if it's on the field, as long as it's the monster that was exceed summons is on the pointed to the arrows, you can destroy it, and then you can activate that effect, which will allow you to get a rank up, either the rank up spell that you want, like Phantom Knight's Force, or it allows you to get a Phantom Knight's Trap, which is really good, and that's what you're going to want to do, especially for this deck. Alright, so that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's move on to the spells and the traps. I do not have two Phantom Knights rank up Magic Force, but if you want to, you can replace one of these with rank up Phantom Knight's Force. It's going to be 2 Skip Force, which skips a monster's level by 2. So if you have an Exceed monster that's a level 4, you can have, or a rank 4, it goes to rank 6. Or if you have one that's a rank 8, you can go into like Ultimate Falcon with rank 10. And then I've got the Phantom Knights rank up Magic Force. This is the main card in this deck. Basically, if you have monsters in your graveyard, you can select one XYZ monster and their rank, and then you remove from play the number of monsters plus whatever the monster that you're using it on, Exceed monsters, play in order for you to get a rank monster that has higher. And I know that sounded really stupid, I apologize. So basically what you're going to want to do is, if you have a level 4, if you've got 6 monsters in the graveyard, it counts towards that rank, and then the 6 monsters in your graveyard would be banished, which would allow you to special summon a rank 10. So if you have a rank 4 and you want to special summon a rank 8 from your deck, you would just remove the 4 if you have a rank 4 monster on the field. So I hope that cleared it up. I know that didn't make any sense the first time. And then we've got a Phantom Knights Rank Up Magic Launch. This is a popular demand. This is actually a really good tech card, in my opinion, still. Rank Up Astral Force, because if you have this in your graveyard and you want to keep going with your play, instead of conducting your draw phase, you can add this card back to your hand, which is mainly what I'm using it for. Then Soul Shave Force, mainly for the Cyber Dragon Infinity combo. And then I've got 2 Raidraptor's Nest. You can only play 1 if you want to. I like having the 2 because it does allow me to special summon Raidraptors from my deck if I have 2 or more on the field, which will continue on with my plays. But like I said, you only have to run 1 if you want. I'm just running 2 because you do want to see this card definitely in your opening hand. And then for the standard, Harpy's Feather Duster, Raigeki, and then Foolish Burial. And Foolish Burial, only 1 in here. You're going to use this, that's what you're going to be using to dump Mimicry Lanius into the graveyard for you to get a Raidraptor monster from your deck and add it to your hand. Alright, and then that's it for the spells. We're going to move on to the traps. 3 copies of Phantom Knights of Shade Brigading. This adds another level 4 monster. If this is on the field, as long as you have no trap in the graveyard, you can activate this while it's on the field or while it was set. And basically this becomes a trap monster, which is a level 4, which will mainly the main theme of this deck. So you'll be able to go into your Exceed plays and be able to go into your combos. And then last but not least, just 2 copies of Phantom Knights Raidraptor Phantom Knight's Claw. If you want Fog Blade, you can add that in here. I actually like this because it goes with the theme still, and it's actually a really good card. It's essentially the same thing. When a monster's effect is activated, I can attach a material from my Dark Exceed monster to negate the activation, and if I do, destroy that card. Then, if the monster that was destroyed was a Phantom Knight's Raidraptor or Exceed Dragon card, one Raidraptor Exceed monster I control gains attack equal to the destroyed monster, which makes it really good because it adds attack to another monster. And if you destroy the XYZ monster or Dark Dragon monster or whatever, you can add attack to it, and it negates the monster effect, which is really good. This also gets searched for with Rusty Bard each. Alright, so that's going to be it for the monsters, spells, and traps, guys. Let's move on to the extra deck. So, one copy of Ultimate Falcon because he is unaffected by everything. One copy of Satellite Cannon Falcon because it's a rank 8. You can also go and use it using like rank up Skip Force. You can use it, it's a level 8. It's really good still, in my opinion. You got Raidraptor Arsenal Falcon, which is really good. It allows you an additional search for your deck to special summon. So that's another really good thing, just by detaching a material. And then I've got I got Raidraptor Revolution Falcon and Raidraptor Revolution Falcon Air Raid. So when this gets destroyed, you can special summon this from your deck or extra deck. And then you're gonna have the Dark Requiem XYZ Dragon, which is gonna go with the Arc Rebellion XYZ Dragon. I was so happy that I pulled this, guys. You do not understand. I was really hoping that I would get this in that booster box, and I was so glad. So to start off, if Dark Requiem has a Rebellion XYZ Dragon attached as a material, you can activate one of these effects. Either you can detach a material once per turn and target a face-up monster, and it changes its attack to 0, and if I do, this card gains attack, so he adds attack to him by making one of your opponent's monsters attack 0, or one of yours. And then the second one is not once per turn, that it can negate a monster's effect by detaching a material. So if you have say for instance, you go into using Phantom Knight's Force, you go into this using Exceed Dragon. If you've got Exceed Dragon plus the 2 materials for that, you have 3 negates already on the field for that. And then Arc Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Arc Rebellion is really good because he cannot be destroyed by card effects, and you can attach a material from this card, and this card gains attack equal to the total original attack of all monsters on the field. Also, if it has a material, you can negate the effects of all other face-up monsters on the field. After this effect resolves, you cannot declare attack other than with him. So how you mainly do this is, if you have a bunch of monsters, or your opponent has a bunch of monsters, you can exceed summon this card, and then you can activate that effect on your turn, which will negate everything that your opponent has and negate their effect, and then this is the only card that can attack, but it's going to be really buff, so you're going to be going in for that OTK with this card, which makes it so really good, because it's a really good way to negate everything on your opponent's side of the field and just swing for that OTK. Then one copy of Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, one copy of Raider's Knight. Raider's Knight is excellent. I'm really happy I got this too. I was really lucky with that box. This card is treated as a Phantom Knights and Raidraptor's card, and you can attach a material to special summon from your extra deck one Phantom Knights Raidraptor XYZ Dragon that is 1 rank higher or lower than this card. So mainly this is used to bring in to Arc Rebellion, which then you can go and pull off that combo to be able to negate all your opponent's monsters. That's the reason that this is in here, because it's another way to bring out Arc Rebellion and have Dark Requiem on the field at the exact same time. Okay, and then you got 2 copies of Force Strix. Obviously, Force Strix is what searches your deck for level 4 dark monsters and adds them to your hand. And then you've got the Cyber Dragon Infinity, obviously in there, that negates spells, traps, and effects by detaching material from it. 2 copies of Raidraptor Wise Strix for that search to be able to get the level 4 onto your field. And then last but not least, the 1 copy of Phantom Knight's Rusty Bard each, which allows you to get, by dumping a Phantom Knight's monster into the graveyard, allows you to search your deck for a spell or trap that says Phantom Knights and set it. So that's what you can use for your rank up Phantom Knight's Force, or that's what you can use for your Raidraptor's Phantom Knight's Claw, or what you can use for your Shade Brigading. Alright, that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. This is such a fun deck, and I'm so glad it finally got upgraded after all these years, just because it did really need it. The last time I remember I built this deck before Phantom Rage came out, it was just an awful mess. I mean, I did the best I could with it, but this is a really fun deck, and it's really fast, and if you're really into like winged beasts like I am, you're gonna really enjoy it because it's basically mecha winged beasts. I mean, what's more badass and cool than that? All right, so that's gonna be it for this deck profile. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and with that, see you guys next time. Later.